This is a presentation on the Multidimensional Wellness Model for the Rural Veterans Tele-Rehabilitation Initiative Creative Arts Therapies Program. Multidimensional wellness models are useful for us to consider the whole of our health. When asked about our health, we might only think of one or two areas like physical or emotional health. There are many different types of wellness models, and you might be familiar with the VA Whole Health Wheel of Health on the left. Our RVTRI wellness wheel is on the right, so let's take a closer look. You'll see here that we divide wellness up into 8 separate categories, and we include a 9th one of creativity at the middle. This is because we can use creativity to support ourselves in each of these 8 different dimensions and bring more balance to our life. So let's break down each. First up is physical wellness. This is about how we eat, sleep, exercise, our level of energy. It's also considering the presence or absence of conditions and disabilities. We want to make sure to take care of our physical health both for now and the future. Next is emotional wellness, and this relates to our outlook on life. We want to develop skills to recognize how we feel and respond to those feelings rather than just reacting from them. In this, it's important for us to separate our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Spiritual wellness relates to things that give us a sense of meaning or purpose in life. This can be through formal organized religion or something more unique to each person. Some examples of practices here would be prayer, meditation, or walks in nature. The important piece here is that we're identifying with something greater than ourselves. Intellectual wellness relates to things that keep us interested or stimulated in life, exercise for our brains. Some examples would be reading a book, listening to a podcast, or learning a new skill. Occupational wellness relates to how we occupy our time, and this can go beyond a job into things like volunteer work or hobbies and other projects. The important piece here is that we're finding meaning by connecting these activities to our greater life values. Financial wellness is about our relationship to money. We want to make sure that we have the resources to take care of our basic needs and have things left over for emergencies. And we want to make sure to include fun and participation in meaningful activities as well. Social and cultural wellness, of course, relates to our immediate friends and family, but we want to expand this out to the communities that we're a part of and considering other people as a whole. We want to consider how we care for others as well as how we allow others to care for us. And finally, environmental wellness. This includes the big picture of the planet, but also breaking it down to the places that we occupy most, including our home environment. So a note about perfection. In these wellness models, you'll see they're all perfectly in balance, and that's not realistic to life. Our life will ebb and flow, we'll bring attention to different areas at different times, and that will change, and all of that's okay. The important piece is that we just check in from time to time. And remember, we also can use creativity to support ourselves in these 8 dimensions and bring more balance. So let's look at something a little bit out of balance. You'll see here that time and energy is spent on only a few dimensions, and some are missing altogether. It can be a good practice from time to time to put intentional energy toward areas that we've neglected, and maybe pull back a bit on areas that we tend to over-rely on. Remember, we're not able to control our current situation, but we do have the ability to change how we relate to it. So now the invitation is for you to create your own wellness wheel. There's no right or wrong here. This is just a tool for your self-knowledge and self-assessment. And get creative in depicting your 8 dimensions. Some examples could be a map of varying terrain, a tree with different sized branches, or a mountain range with different levels of land. Take time to brainstorm and sketch some ideas. And if you're feeling stuck, you can also return to the pie chart and jump from there. Finally, here's some further reading for other multidimensional wellness models if you're interested.